much as you need to. I've already hit the record button, so it doesn't matter.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Put this back away.
You're not just going to keep that there the whole time?
Don't need that.
Yeah, don't need that. Don't. Mm-hmm. You should just keep that on the table. That's for insurance purposes.
Yes. Talking about my dildo collection here.
Yeah, exactly. It's compact. It bends in the middle, makes a nice snap sound.
Oh, but it's thick though.
Yeah, it is. It's a thick boy and made of metal for some reason. Why did you get one made of metal that collapses?
I mean,
does the hinge get in the way?
Powerful and purpose built, you know.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. My anxiety's running. You know what? Welcome to the Anything Cast. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Eric.
And today my anxiety is going nuts, Eric. I'm panicking. I'm having a bad time. I have irritable bowel syndrome. And I just left the bathroom because there's smoke coming up out of I don't know how far away from my house this is, but it's not far enough to where, like, in the bridge that is in my city, I looked out over the bridge and there was a pillar of smoke that was massive, like the size of a field, that could have been that far away. Very scary. Like, because I have the fear of looking out over the horizon and there being a mushroom cloud. This is like the tiny version of that.
Right, you've said that before.
Yeah,
yes.
it's like a column. Mm-hmm. This one is, and it went so high up that when I was driving through my town, I could still see it. And then some of the smoke was close enough to waft over to my city. And I was like, that's a city away. Shouldn't be doing that. That's a lot of smoke. It's a shitload of smoke.
Some sort of business or something must have caught fire.
The only thing I could think is that somebody was probably burning a field or something. Maybe your mom's bush.
No. It'd be much more putrid and acrid. We'd already know.
But just the same size?
Yeah,
around the same size.
Sounds about right for as far as smoke level, but you'd know.
I would.
You'd know.
Used to be my job, as a matter of fact. Kept that thing tended. Once the shears weren't enough anymore, and once the hedge clippers weren't enough anymore, we just went at it with torches. It was,
No.
The pay wasn't that great, though.
No. It's a dirty job, but somebody has to do it. Yeah. I used to just have to use machetes.
You just went in there like the guy from Tarzan, like Clayton?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Just swinging at it like vines?
Yeah. It was about as...
swinging from it like vines?
About as elegant, as Tarzan, too. Yeah.
As Tarzan or as Clayton?
Clayton.
Okay, I was about to say. Tarzan's very eloquent.
Yeah.
Imagine.
He's very, yes. Maybe eloquent might not be the right word, but elegant.
Sliding down your mom's, like the crevice of your mom's pubic bone, like with his feet, like he does on the trees.
Grasping with his toes as he's sliding across and little hairs going in between his feet.
I wish I had that dexterity. I remember as a child that scene and the Hunchback of Notre Dame scene where he like climbs all over the Notre Dame. And what is it? I don't remember what that song is. The one that he sings where he goes down the line of water and he skirts down the line of water and then he does this at the end of it. Does like a Christ T-pose.
A
Christ air, if you will. Tony Hawk taught
Christ
me.
Air.
A Christ air.
Yeah, I think that's what they called it back in 1600 Notre Dame.
That's right. Frollo, the worst Disney villain, you think? Like as far as being a person?
Yeah,
the worst
like a
person.
very bad person.
Yeah.
Church official, wants to fuck a gypsy, will kill if can't fuck. That's pretty hardcore for Disney.
Honestly,
they usually
yeah
don't go in such a straightforward and adult direction with it. I mean,
I would have
not
done,
even thinly implied there.
What I would have done to fuck Esmeralda. Though.
Also, Tony J singing Hellfire,
Oh my God, that is a powerful song. One of the most powerful Disney songs.
Especially since I'm such a Legacy of Kain fan.
Mm-hmm.
He's in all 5 games. Or no, he's not in Blood Omen 2, I don't think. So
would you have taken up the chance to play Frollo in a play if somebody had given it to you?
Oh yeah, sure. Absolutely.
That seems like it would be a lot of fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They would definitely give you the knight character though.
Yeah,
you would be that guy. They would just be like, he doesn't look like a Frollo.
I could do a Frollo now. Maybe back when I was...
Maybe? I don't know. Your hair's
know.
too luscious and beautiful, and your beard's too perfect and coiffed.
I don't know. I've done Jafar before.
Your skin's
so-
too beautiful. Yeah, but Jafar has beautiful skin. Yeah. Frollo's got, like, wrinkles. They'd have to put a shitload of makeup on you. It'd be cool, though.
I don't know. I could do it. I don't know. I'm also not insanely familiar with Hunchback. I've only seen that like once.
Really? You didn't watch it a lot as a kid? You didn't have it on VHS?
I'm not even sure if I've ever actually sat down and watched it all the way through. I just feel like I've seen it because I've seen so many clips. Like, my mom never brought me to go see it, I don't think. Or never bought it on VHS or anything.
It's, it's one of those movies where the big thing is that, like, the main character doesn't get the girl in the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that.
Why the fuck did Disney not change that? It's a Disney movie.
Are you familiar with the source
With the source material, yes, I am. So it's just... It's weird. I mean, they still Disney'd it up. It's still, like, gussied up, and they're parading it around.
Yeah, compared to...
The source material?
He kind of... I mean... He is with the girl.
That's true.
In the end.
That's true.
Of the book.
That's true.
So, considering those circumstances, I think Disney might have been in their right mind to change that and just go a slightly different direction with it.
Well, what if they had kept it, Eric?
Kept him crawling into her grave and starving to death with her.
Yeah.
After
Why couldn't they have just kept that?
Executed.
Why couldn't they have just kept that? I don't understand.
Yeah. Why don't they just? Why don't they ever just go through with the execution scenes in these Disney movies?
Do you know
just
how
at
that...
the last minute, all the heroes are trying to get there, and like right when they get to the edge of the crowd, they're just like, "Okay, do it now." Oh,
his head just rolls out in front of them. They're like,
guys, we were like 5 minutes behind.
God,
oh God, we didn't plan right.
Oh,
we didn't
God.
plan right. You see a small army of mice with like string running into the crowd. Guys, no, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. We failed already.
3 like fairies come out of the sky, like just coming down with little star wands. Like, no, it's no good.
Matter.
It's no good.
It doesn't matter.
Retreat.
Myrtle, Shirtle, and Birtle. We can't help him anymore.
Yeah, that scene would play out in Shrek, definitely.
Can you save him with the miracle of love? Oh, let me see. Oh.
The miracle of friendship,
is,
maybe. Cold hard cash.
I mean, if you could make his neck be friends with the rest of his body again, I guess you could.
A scientist
make that
comes
work,
out of
but I'm
nowhere
not
and he's
sure.
like, "We have the technology. We can rebuild him." Wait, would this be the Hunchback in this or Esmeralda? who are we rebuilding and making into the
I don't know.
the bionic
Quasimodo's
man?
been pretty fucked up. We could give him some reconstructive surgery. He probably wouldn't mind.
He probably wouldn't mind. Mekamoto.
He's now quasi-human. The quasi-human Mekamoto.
The anime adaptation. Gave it to like Ghibli
Jesus
or something.
Christ.
They're just very confused.
Ghibli actually could maybe make that work.
Ghibli making... Okay, if Quasimodo was a cyborg, do you think that they would give him like the cool cyborg eye and maybe like...
Yeah, you gotta give him one cyborg eye because they had
would
one
keep-
weird eye in the...
That's true. They would keep the Hunchback, though. They would just give him a robo Hunchback.
That's where his batteries
That's
are.
I was going to say. That's where all his power comes from. It would
Wouldn't
be
that
his
be a
weakness.
shit thing if they upgrade you and leave you with the fucking Hunchback? Like, what kind of dick move was this?
We have brought you back to life, but we had to keep the Hunchback. You what? Why? Why? God!
That was kind of the thing I wanted off.
The most. The thing
Everything else I kind of could have lived with.
Yes, but we had to put the batteries in the hunch.
Batteries for what? The rest was... What else did you cut off?
They would give him like a
Everything
cannon arm.
else.
Yeah. He's mostly operating from the hunch. They put his brain in the hunch. Everything else is like a cyborg. Everything else
worry.
is metal.
You don't have to worry. We stretched your actual old skin from the old hunch over the hunch, so it still looks perfectly normal from the outside. So you do not have to feel self-conscious.
So they stretch the one bad eye. Only the one bad eye.
And only the hunch has
All
any
of his
human
fucked up
parts.
All of his fucked up parts are what they keep. You get like a Mega Man Buster arm and like a laser eye and shit, but he's still hunchback.
Yep.
Still can't get laid.
And it's all like, it's not even like disguised to look like human pieces. It's like stainless steel. Like it's like clearly just metal.
It's like Cyborg from Teen Titans where you can like see through. It's like blue. It looks like the see-through Game Boy.
Yes, except instead of the scattered flesh points of Cyborg, it's just the one, just only on the hump.
If you got
everything else is robot.
If you got like a robot part, like an arm or something, would you want to get it like see-through metal, like the Game Boy thing? That seems like the coolest way to do that.
Never really occurred too much to me. Would be easy to see if it was malfunctioning, I suppose.
Exactly.
Not that I'm an engineer that could create sophisticated prosthetics, but
if you had a prosthetics, you get damn good at fixing it.
Yeah, I could at least probably figure out when the fingers aren't moving.
You're going to spend the rest of your life with this thing. You're going to get damn good at fixing it.
Yeah, I guess the arm ain't going to grow back anytime soon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If you lose an arm, would it change your life drastically?
Yes, absolutely.
In any way? How?
I enjoy video games, for one.
That's true, but you can still kind of play video games with one hand.
Yeah, but I do a lot of physical labor, too, cleaning and handling dogs and the like.
The dogs would probably be scared of a robo-hand. You could wear a big glove like in Terminator.
I mean, if it was a sophisticated robo-hand like in the movies or something, then yeah, it wouldn't matter.
That's
I could
true.
just go right back, then it'd be cool. Yeah.
Do you know, are you familiar with the term degloving?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That is a potential job hazard where
for
I work.
you getting degloved.
Yeah, you can have a whole finger degloved if you're not careful.
Yeah, that seems about right.
That is very possible.
If you could do that for a dramatic effect at any given time, do you think that you'd do it?
Like in the Terminator 2
Yes, I
movie?
think about it all the time. I think about like, dude, if I could do that for dramatic effect,
God,
I would do that. There would have to be a scenario where I'd be like, yeah, we'll watch this. And I just deglove my arm. For those of you listening, degloving is like in Terminator 2, where he takes like the skin off of his arm and shows him the robo piece underneath.
Yeah, it means all of the skin gets sheared off of something in one go, basically. Like generally something quote unquote getting degloved would be the result of an industrial accident.
Some of the worst things that could happen to a human being.
Like, you get your hand caught in some sort of machine and like it literally just rips the entire layer of like skin off and all
Would
the skin comes
you literally rather lose the limb at that point? Just like clean cut it off?
Kind of still want to be able to play video games.
Okay, that's fair. Still,
and also it would depend on what hand.
The pain of enduring, it can't be your jacking off hand. I understand.
Right.
Are you a left or a right jack off guy?
Unfortunately, that's actually that's a good point you make there because unfortunately I'm a right-handed person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm exclusively a left jacker.
Oh, dude, me too. Fucking bump it. Nice.
Hit it.
Okay.
Yep. Uh-huh.
That was our right hands for everybody listening. We bumped
because that's the hand we shake hands with and the like.
Exactly. The one that I give in a dignified manner to other individuals. I never reach out my left hand. That is the soiled one. That is the bad one.
Thankfully, we'd be pretty well primed to walk around in the Middle East.
And that's true. Mm-hmm. That's true.
Same
they have a
rules
lot of
over there.
Weird little rules. Do you know any of them off the top of your head besides that one?
I mean,
spitting in public's one, right?
It also depends on where you go, because you go with a like stereotypical one, like women have to be like escorted and covered.
I don't understand where you go. What do you mean?
Where you go in the Middle East. Different Middle Eastern places are more or less conservative and have different traditions and the like. So, in some places, the women can go around wearing jeans.
The country of the Middle East, though.
Like a very conservative place, you mean? Somewhere like that?
No, I mean like the Middle East, the country.
Okay.
What are? How do they feel about it?
See what you're doing to me here.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing anything. I don't know what. How do they feel? Like what is their
people
weird?
In the country of Middle East?
Yeah, well, they're weird, and Africa's weird too.
Yes, the country of Africa.
Yeah,
and the singular culture of people that lives in that one place.
Yes. Why is this so weird to you? Why are you? I don't. What are you laughing at? Pissing me off, dude. Stop laughing at me.
Hyper generalizations are funny.
Will, I think it was Will recently, and I say recently, but I mean years ago, Will said at one point the country of Africa. Like in earnest, and we were like, yeah, he's the man. He's the man who would do it. He's the man with the plan. God damn, that boy's funny. It's a shame he couldn't make it. He's a funny boy.
Yep, he fought off those doves as long as he could.
Well, I mean, some of them got in the car.
Yeah, I mean, once that happens, I mean, you're pretty much not going to make it. I mean, like maybe one or two people have. He should have been armed. Got in the car, but
he should have been armed.
If only he had a shotgun.
I know.
Maybe one that you could fit in your pocket even.
He had he had the one in the rack that was on the back of the car.
It's too unwieldy though.
It's too well for how tiny he is. It's just hard. I understand. It's just a shame that they ate him.
I mean, yeah.
Like there's nothing left. What are we supposed to bury?
I mean, we could track down the birds and bury all their shit in a big pile.
Okay, yeah, let's get on that. Tell Reed that's what we're doing tonight. Text him and let him know.
Has anyone opened up the car to see if those two birds were still caught in there?
I thought you did that.
Oh.
We'll just look at it later. Patrick, cut this out. We'll just do it later.
Did anyone check and see, like, because they might not have, like, his shoes, you know, because, like, when you throw bodies in the ocean, you know, a lot of times
I don't know anything about throwing bodies in the ocean.
The shoes will wash up on shore with the feet still in them, so, because the animals can't get into the shoe, so they just gnaw at the edge of it.
Well, that's not a concern. Will doesn't wear shoes.
Damn. I was going to say, if his shoes were still in there, if he hadn't looked, his feet might have still been in there. And
never noticed he never wears shoes? He hasn't. I don't think he's worn shoes around you once. The man never wears shoes.
We also usually sit at a table for podcasting.
Man in a loose sense.
You know, don't really look at you guys' feet very often.
Well,
and none of you have noticed that I haven't worn pants here yet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me
give it a look. There you go.
Damn, bad, dude. Huh? No, that's nice. Hold on. I got to get a second look. Hold on.
It's that mild manscaping, you know, just enough.
Jesus. You know what? It's impressive. Like, your hair kind of looks like pants. I always assumed that it was pants.
Oh, no.
It's pretty cool.
It comes in that thick naturally.
Well.
Yep. I don't even do anything to the parts there. It's just, that's why I spread them out so you could see the the various openings.
Oh, okay. I thought about legitimately when you came here today. I thought about like locking the front door and then coming to the door with no clothes on. I was like, what? I was like, that'd be a good start to the podcast recording session. Just he knocks on the door and I just answer it just completely new. I'm like, come on in, dude.
Just go ahead and start the recording. Put everything down. Have it all set and ready. Go answer the door naked. After introducing yourself.
Yeah, come on in, man. Come on.
And then just say, come sit right back. Just sit right down, and we'll just start the conversation from there without...
I thought about doing it. I sincerely thought about doing it. I was like, that would be that'd be a damn good opening. You can't tell me that wouldn't be a good opening. I sent Will a picture of my balls recently in a very similar scenario.
I vaguely remember you saying something about this, actually. How'd he respond to this?
He said, damn, they got some picture of some old man's balls on the internet. I said, that ain't just any old man's balls, homie. That's my old man balls.
Well, that follows. That tracks.
The best part about it is that like I made him wait. I
Made him wait.
Yeah, he
You
sent me
him a picture of your balls. How did you make? At what point did you make him wait? Was he waiting for a picture of your balls?
Yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't know. He didn't know what the picture was. He sent me an advertisement. Said, "Look at these advertisements they're putting on YouTube." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I saw one really weird recently too. Hold on, let me find it."
And then you just took a picture of your balls.
I was at work and I just got up and I went to the bathroom.
Somehow that makes it worse and better.
I just took a picture of my...
No, dude, I was just at work. Yeah. Where else do you take pictures of your nutsack?
Come on, dude. You telling me you don't occasionally go in there and investigate a little bit, rummage around down there?
It's not a good idea for me to dangle anything in front of myself at work that I don't feel comfortable with multiple animals trying to latch onto.
You got the animals in the bathroom?
Sometimes.
Okay. What are you doing with them in there? Take them to the puppy room, as you like to call it.
Jesus Christ!
The fucking Jesus.
No,
disgusting people.
No, it's just funny that like I went to the bathroom in the clinic that we have in there one day, and I just went in there and there was just this dog in there that was like recovering from anesthesia and was just sitting there like, Brr?
Yeah,
just
having a
sitting
bad
on like
time.
a blanket, and I was just like, oh, hey, buddy. It's like I'm just gonna
Like in the stall, like
no, there's just a single.
It was just a single
open
service
door
bathroom.
with
Okay.
a, like full sink, and all that kind of stuff in the
as
clinic.
opposed to like what, a half sink?
Well, like, it's not just a single stall with like a toilet. In other words, it's like a full bathroom, but it doesn't have.
In my
stalls.
head, I'm
It's
trying
just
to imagine a not full sink. You
No,
said
no,
a
like-
full sink, and
like
I'm
a full bathroom with a sink. In other words, like I guess it's a
master
half bath
bath.
actually.
Is that a half bath?
Yes, it would be a half bath because there's no shower or anything. So it's
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, a half bath.
yeah. So technically speaking, in housing or terms or whatever, that's a half bath.
It sounds
It's a sink, a toilet, and that's it.
Does that sound vaguely racist to anybody else?
Half bath.
Get the fucking half baths out of here.
Fucking bathists.
I come into this establishment every goddamn day. I eat my lunch here every single day at 1 p.m. and I swear to God, if I come in here one more time and there's a group of half baths. They're dirty fucking people. They're disgusting. I'm tired of seeing them. They don't do anything. They're obviously never at work. I don't even know what they're doing here. They're just hanging out. Half bath culture is one in decline.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
The damn half bath.
Well, I mean, if you can call it a culture,
Yeah.
it's barely a culture.
I'll tell you this right now. A shower is not involved in that culture.
You're damn right. You are fucking damn right.
That's a fact.
Damn right.
Yep. Irrefutable fact.
Well, we can't make it illegal to be half bath, so we've got to go
Yeah.
after what they love.
No, it's inferior to a full bath, but
Yeah.
for utilitarian purposes, it's okay to have a half bath around just to get some work done.
And now, the worst part about this is it occurs to me, I think the baths are a type of people in the Middle East. I think that a half bath might actually be a real type of person. Oh God, he's dying.
Yeah, there's probably a type of person out there called a bath.
There's a Bath Sheba. Is that the same thing?
I can think of Canterbury Tales. There's the wife of Bath.
The fuck?
I don't fucking remember.
That sounds dumb as hell. Imagine going around being like,
translated into modern English.
I'm the wife of Truck. What's up? Like, just what did you say? The wife of Truck. Do I need to repeat myself?
I guess there might have been a dude named Bath, or maybe Bath was the place she worked at.
Bath wouldn't be a bad name.
I don't know.
If your name was Bath.
Beth.
That's
Beth
true.
is a name, so the idea of Bath being a name isn't really that weird, especially back in like 8 to 1200s. Fucking
Elizabeth.
Canterbury Tales was like 1200s, wasn't it?
Yeah, totally. Definitely.
Or was it like 1000s?
I mean, it was one of those two. It definitely wasn't after the 1300s. I can tell you that much.
Yep.
I'm fucking with my microphone.
like
Future
it was
Patrick
in-
cut all this out.
I feel like it was in the double-digit centuries.
Well, it was definitely that because English didn't. You ever play like any of those 4X games that take place in history?
4X games?
Yeah, it stands for expand, exterminate, 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 and expand.
Man, I haven't had any luck expanding past
4
Shogun
inches,
2
I know.
Total War. Like, I've gotten a computer that should be able to play more, but I got a bunch of... It doesn't have a disk drive. And I got a bunch of discs for, like, Warhammer Total War 2.
No computer has a disk drive anymore. It's obsolete technology.
Yeah, well... I had an external disk drive, and I downloaded it all. It was, like, signed up through Steam. And it wouldn't work.
Are you worried that perhaps maybe soon we will be the
Obsolete technology.
That's right.
Well, fuck.
We'll go the way of the hunchback.
As long as the robots bring me food and shit, I don't care if I lose my job. I'll just go do something I want to do.
What did we call him? The mecha hunch? Mecha back?
Oh, it's the quasi-human Mekamoto.
I want
quasi-human
I want
Mekamoto.
fan art of the quasi-human Mekamoto, please. He's one of my new favorite characters. It's just, what if you took Quasimodo and just against his will turned him into a cyborg? That man is having a terrible time.
Maybe we could talk to one of these lovely people who've done art for our channel.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Thing.
Sure. He probably looks like Cable. If I had to imagine, from Marvel, he probably looks kind of like Cable, except for really fucked up.
But also a hunchback.
But also a hunchback Cable.
And feel free to get gritty with the, old-timey French hunchback. Let us know he's French, too. I don't feel like any of the interpretations have been French enough.
Make sure that people know that he's French. Like, give him a
little pastiche.
Yeah. Needs a little French mustache. One of those little twirly French mustaches.
Yeah, give him something. Just give him something real French.
Give him a plate of omelette du fromage.
Holding a baguette in the other hand.
Yeah, there we go. With
beret.
a little beret. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
White striped shirt or something.
Hell yeah, dude. He's a mime. He's a quasi-human Mekamoto mime. This is becoming bloated. This concept is becoming insane.
Can a joke be over-designed?
It depends on how long your set is, I guess. Doing 45 minutes worth of recording. Why don't we just riff on quasi-human Mekamoto for the runtime? Why not?
I've seen singular concepts stretched to a pretty...
insane degree.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 3 words.
My
Too
big cock.
many cooks.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks. Got it.
Too many cooks.
I thought we were talking about something else.
Oh, yeah. Just things that go on forever and ever, and you
damn
think
right.
you're getting somewhere, and it just never seems to quite finish.
Sex with my wife. Been there. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
As we all know.
What? What? I don't.
What?
Okay. You been coming over to my house while I'm not here?
No. And just the times where you're,
I came over here the other day and your shoes were in the living room, and then I looked later and they were gone.
Oh, that's from when we were recording ourselves having sex.
You wore your shoes during that. I specifically requested you keep them on. I paid you to keep them on.
But then when I left them there because they were covered in jisms. Was I supposed to walk around in the jism shoes all day?
I paid you for a service.
I am so sorry. I did not realize that was part of the arrangement there. I misunderstood the contract.
Eric and I's sex tape coming to the Patreon real soon. Keep on the lookout for that. 5 and up subscribers. $5 and up. Patrons get that. Once it's done editing. You editing that one? Or am I editing that one?
Well. They say face your trauma, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might, if you can't do it, I'll pawn it off on Will.
That's fair.
Yeah. I've got him in like a little cage with a computer, and whenever he edits something, I let him out for a little bit. So he'll jump at the occasion.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh shit, he's dead. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I guess you're doing it. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn.
Sorry, it's up to you.
I'm gonna try scraping what's left of him out of his car and sprinkling it over his mushrooms. See if maybe another one of him sprouts.
Maybe. That's a good idea. If it doesn't work, then what you don't sprinkle, just feed it to the dogs.
Okay.
So how you been? How you holding up?
I'm doing all right.
Doing okay?
You back, I switched over to being 34 now.
Yeah. How'd that go? Any difference?
Balls itch sometimes.
Feel old? You getting tired of hearing that every birthday? It's the most obnoxious thing that somebody can ask you. You have your birthday and then they're like, ha, yeah, you feeling old yet? And I'm like, I felt old 10 years ago. Go fuck yourself. Like, I don't know. Maybe I've got a temper problem. Possibly. My coworker took me to lunch today.
Oh, that's
to go. I took her to the dentist because she doesn't have any family around here. She doesn't have anybody, and I was moderately stoned during the trip, so I was kind of talkative, and we got to talking over lunch and everything, and she was like, "So why are you staying in Mississippi? Like you should go to L.A. You're like an L.A. guy." And I was like, "Go to L.A. with what money?" Like, seriously, that was a terrible joke. Just, Patrick, cut that out.
No.
But go to L.A. with what money?
L.A.?
Yeah, like Los Angeles. She was like, you could go to Los Angeles and be a model. This is legitimately, she said this to me. I am not joking.
What a sweetie.
I know. I blushed. I was really embarrassed, actually. I was like, oh, my God.
She wanting your nanner?
Possibly. She's my mother's age, so double possibly.
Remember, we're in our 30s now.
I know.
Technically, people our mother's age who are unrelated to us and don't give a shit. We're free game at this point. If we'll take the bait, they'll put out the hook.
You ever been to the hospital for something big? Oh, I know one. You got in that car accident.
Yes, I actually did.
Let's talk about that
car accident once.
Tell me about that car accident. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah,
it's an interesting story, though. I remember that much.
It's not that interesting, to be completely honest. But, well, it's kind of interesting, I guess.
It is. It's interesting. I think it's interesting, dude. From one left-handed jacker to the next.
Yeah. I think I was going off probably to go find a little bit of weed or something.
Oh, yeah? Going to that half-bath's house.
See, the trick is, and I would only recall this much after the fact, I had actually just paid my car insurance.
Oh, that's good. That's actually very good.
So I tend to try and keep things relatively prioritized. So I was like, okay, now the important stuff is done. Now I can go find that guy and buy some cheap, shitty weed from him real quick. You know, and as I'm going across the street, this random bitch out of nowhere just runs the red light and basically T-bones me.
Jesus.
She T-boned me a little early. I guess she L'd me.
Still bad.
She hit right in front of the driver's side door.
Jesus.
So,
could have been death for you.
Yeah.
A few feet to the south.
A couple more feet, to the right, and she'd
just killed
me
you.
Good, pretty much. Yeah. So instead, I just I booped my head on the window there, and I have a vague memory of sitting down on a curb. Ironically, I crashed right in front of a chiropractor's office.
Did you really?
I did.
That's awesome. It's a good place to crash.
Yeah. So this old Jewish man came out.
He said, lay him out.
He did give me his car.
Oh, did he really?
He did. I was just like, yeah, that makes sense.
For 7 shekels, I take care of you, maybe. Come by, Goyim.
Yeah, honestly, that's the only thing I remember until I woke up in the hospital.
You remember a Jewish man soliciting you? That's the
ironically,
first.
I have almost never seen a visibly, obviously Jewish person
In Mississippi,
in
they almost don't
Mississippi.
exist. They are very
Yeah.
much like a. I hate to say this because this is what like they're based on basically, but they're very much like seeing a goblin here. It's just like
Christ.
it's just like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? Like, you'd get the same reaction here if you saw like
A lot of people
any
are-
Chinese person too. Like, there's so few.
I've lived in a bunch of neighborhoods that had a bunch of East Asian people. None of them were Chinese, ironically.
Vietnamese is what we get a lot of around here. Honestly.
I had a lot of Laotians, actually.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people from Laos. There are a lot of people
Strangely,
from
there
Laos.
was some sort of... well, the Exodus itself, if you know your history of Laos, that's some of that war stuff back in the 80s and bad stuff. Possibly 70s. There was a lot of war stuff going on over there for a while. So apparently there was some sort of mass exodus to where a bunch of Laotians went to Mississippi. I don't know why so many did, but like most of the Asian people I've met were either Laotian or Korean.
Well, the Mekamoto was over there. They had to get the fuck out.
Of Vietnamese. And I've never been close friends with, but I have met several Chinese and Japanese people. But I've only ever been friends with Vietnamese, Korean, and Laotian.
Have I ever met a single like purely Japanese person in Mississippi? I don't.
I've met like 4 or 5, but I really just mean I met them.
Yeah. Like I legitimately,
once.
if I have, maybe one. My wife worked at an Asian restaurant, and I have met one Japanese man in my entire life. I'm pretty sure.
I think somewhere just
Oh,
through-
you know what? I saw a bunch of them at that restaurant. I'm saying this like it's a deer sighting, but I saw a bunch of them at the restaurant, and I did the cringe thing of like speaking Japanese to them to apologize as I bumped into one of them. They were standing right outside the front door.
They
and
get it? They look at you weird?
They looked at me they like with hatred and disdain.
Oh,
But
wow.
I bumped into them because they were standing right in front of the door, and I was telling goodbye. I was saying goodbye to my wife, and I was walking out of the place backwards, and I bumped into the guy like it was a movie. And like, you know, if this was a movie and they were Yakuza, that would have been like the inciting incident. But no, they were just like businessmen, and I like immediately recognized that what they were saying was Japanese, and that I had been hearing them talk in Japanese from behind me. So I just apologized in Japanese and bowed and then left because I was like, I don't want to. This is an embarrassing situation. I want out of this as soon as humanly possible. And
It's kind of a 50-50 on whether or not that was the right choice.
yeah, they cringed and looked at me in disdain, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go.
I visibly cringed.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I'm gonna leave. I'm sorry.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Yikes, that hurts.
yeah. I
recited something I had heard through martial arts at a Japanese restaurant to a Japanese woman in Memphis once.
Hell yeah,
And
that
she
go
just-
well.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, it is one of those embarrassing memories that creep back up on you.
The
like
middle
when
school
you-
locker memories.
Yeah, it's
That's
one
what
of
I call those.
It's one of those because she just looked at me just blank.
Oh,
And now it's just
God.
like, I was just like, okay.
What did you say? Do you remember what you said? Is it too much? Can you not recite it now for the public? Come on, man. Own your mistake. It'll be a funny bit for the rest of the environment, for the rest of the world to have. What did you say?
I think it was something to the effect of like, Shiken Harimitsu Daikomyo, something.
What does it mean?
I don't remember.
You don't even remember what it means?
I knew at the time. It's something to do with like starting or ending a class. I'm sure I was butchering it then.
Mm-hmm.
2, I'm sure I've butchered it slightly worse now. 3, I'm sure that my very Mississippian teacher was probably butchering it.
So,
And 4, I don't know if I've got any of the actual words right or anything like that. So then I just, like, all of that went through my brain all at once after I said it, and I realized how many factors went into the fact that I just said, to her.
And she said, "Oh, very good." And then she shook your hand and like crowned you king of Japan.
Yeah, that's what happened.
What? So
you the emperor.
It didn't have
now.
any.
I suck at your penis.
Hira rifakata.
Free sushi and penis sucking for you all day. Yeah, no, that's exactly how it went down.
You were like, "I'm going to wage war on the half baths from here on." First order as emperor. So
Self-defense army will now be the anti-half bath army.
It didn't have anything to do with a restaurant.
Oh no.
Nothing culturally relevant to a restaurant.
No, not at all. No, it was just something in Japanese I knew.
Can we talk about Jeremy?
Who's Jeremy? Is that somebody we knew in person?
We'll talk about him on next episode. Yeah, it's somebody we knew on episode in person.
All right, you can describe him to me before or after the next.
No, we'll start
thing.
and I'll start talking about him. Anyways, this has been a good episode of the I'll Discuss Anything podcast, now rebranded as the AnythingCast. I am Patrick.
And I am Eric.
And thank you guys for listening. We update every single Wednesday.
Remember, don't sexually harass people.
Or do. I'm not your dad.